Hey everyone, Sean Grisp here with your Ski Patrol tip of the day. Today we're going to go over a blanket roll splint for a patient who has probably a dislocated shoulder, and they're like this or like this. We'll say like this because this is their position of comfort, and we've determined that we don't want to move their arm because they have proper CSMs, and we don't want to compromise CSM, so we're going to splint them in the position of comfort. There are a few different ways to splint, a few different types of splints we can use, but this is called the blanket roll splint, and I am going to splint up my patient Phil here. So Phil, you're going to present just like this. Phil's position of comfort is like so, maybe like this, yeah. I would have, he's going to be holding it there, and I'm going to have another ghost patroller stabilizing his shoulder and his right arm during this entire process and assisting me. So here I've laid out my blanket. I have 3 cravats. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to roll this whole ensemble up into a Tootsie Roll. Okay, so Phil, can you hold that right there? Awesome. So I'm going to make sure that I grab, you can see I rolled these in a certain order so that I could tell which cravat I was grabbing when I got to this point. So I'm going to grab my first cravat here. Use my surgeon's knot to tie it in place. I have gone through my entire assessment, and I've confirmed that Phil does have proper CSMs in this hand, and I've compared and contrasted with his left hand as well. And I, of course, also have my gloves on for universal precautions. Second cravat. Lace this underneath the arm here, Phil. Phil, can you take a deep breath for me? Okay, so there's my second cravat. Third cravat is what I'm going to use to tie Phil's arm down to the splint. Tie his arm in place. Now, once you've done this splint, you can feel free to add additional cravats, like maybe add a 4th cravat and wrap around his entire arm and around the blanket here. And maybe you want to do an additional swath around from his elbow around all the way around his rib cage here. But this is the basic blanket roll splint for splinting someone with a dislocated shoulder into the position of comfort. I would reassess CSMs again at the end of this, and then we would move along.